To add seam allowance to any of our pieces, there's a very quick and easy way to do this. You do need to know your rules for how much you're going to add to each part of your garment. But once that's established, it's pretty easy to do. So in order to access the grading menu, you can go into your, I'm in my 2D window right now, of course, and I'm going to go down to this icon here that says seam allowance. I'm going to press on that. And in order to apply seam allowance, you have to highlight a piece. So you can highlight a segment if you want to do a specific seam allowance for different areas. If you don't like how that looks, I don't want to have just part of my seam with a seam allowance, I'm going to select it, right click and delete. What would normally happen is you would select the entire piece and that applies the seam allowance uniformly. The seam allowance currently, you can see what it is over here. It is 0.39, which is not standard. We want to do a 0.5 for most of our seam lines. And anywhere where the seam lines are variable, such as a hem, or maybe like on a bodice, the neckline, you would then change your seam width to reflect the type of seam you need to have.